This is a follow-up video on the CZ P-10F I did earlier. At the time, I just got the pistol, didn't get a chance to bring it out to the range, but now the range is open, so I finally got a chance to take the pistol out and give it a try. And no surprise, as expected, the gun performed really well. It's amazing, amazing pistol. So one of the biggest advantage of this P10 is the trigger. I guess most of you probably know from like just other videos and reviews on the gun. I mean, it's what has one of the best trigger right now in terms of like a factory polymer pistol, even overall like a combat pistol. I would say it's probably has the best trigger out of the box right now. And for what they are charging, I mean, it's just an amazing value, because even doing a trigger upgrade, let's say on a Glock or an MMP, is basically more than half the price of this gun. So you might as well just get the P10F. It has a really crisp trigger, and it's one of the best aspect of it, I would say, is that it helps you make like really accurate placement for your shot, especially for like a beginner intermediate, which I kind of categorize myself in that kind of beginner intermediate level. Basically, it's the ability to really maintain no movement in the pistol when you pull the trigger, because that's how you make the accurate, like in terms of shot placement. I know for a more advanced shooter, that's kind of really, I mean, they're really beyond that. So even if the gun has really poor trigger, they can perform really outstanding results. But for people like myself in the beginner intermediate category, I would say this is one of the best aspect that can really improve and help your shooting. And yeah, in terms of I would say if you're in that category, definitely this is a great advantage. Compared to, let's say, if you are getting a pistol where the trigger is just maybe okay, yeah, this is by far a great option for you to consider. And basically, in terms of the build quality of the pistol, is really good. It stacks up in terms of its build quality, fit and finish with the Glock, with the MMP, and even the VP9. I mean, some say the VP9 might be a little bit better in terms of the build quality or the fit and finish, whatnot. But I would say maybe it's slightly better than HNK, but definitely is on par with the Glock and the MMP. Yeah, and its accuracy, as I mentioned earlier, the ability for you to really put accurate placement of shot is really a component of the trigger, especially when you are kind of starting out, and making sure that when you do depress the trigger, you don't move the gun, because that's the most important part. You can aim whatever, but whenever you shoot the pistol and the gun moves, or there's trigger jerk or whatnot, you're not gonna get any, like, yeah, it's going to be all over the place. And for this gun, it's very easy to do that. And this is where I shot at 25 meter. So result wise is pretty good, like considering this is the first time I'm bringing this gun, so it's my first 200 rounds with this gun. So yeah, it's the result is just amazing. It doesn't really have any I guess learning curve with this gun. Basically, you pick it up and it just goes. It's really easy to shoot, and really easy to shoot accurately. And here is again 25 yard, and yeah, this is a little bit better. Shoots a little, a few shots were low. I think some of them were really low, so probably missed that. But it really has the tight grouping, so that's, yeah, basically a second attempt on the 25 meter, and it's already better than my first attempt. So this is my attempt at 25 meters with the Glock 17. So just to give you a comparison, shooting essentially the same ammo. He shoots the aluminum Federal and sometimes the Blazer. I find the two is pretty similar in terms of its accuracy and reliability. Actually, both of them are very reliable. I have no issues with those ammos. And yeah, so this is at 25 meters, and see how it stacks up against the P-10F. Similar to my first attempt, but the Glock I've been shooting, I have like over 1,000, yeah, 1,500 rounds to the Gen 5. So I have a lot more experience with the Glock. So yeah, in terms of yeah, the overall accuracy in terms of the 25 meter, it's just very similar. But I kind of sense that I could probably do a little bit better as I get more used to the P-10F. So here is a disassembly of the pistol. As you can see, the robustness of this barrel, like, it's just massive. Like, if you compare that to the Glock, yeah, and it's also, this barrel is a cold hammer forged barrel, so very, very, very reliable and accurate. And I guess on most of the component of the parts as well, as you can see in the like some of the components, and also if you look at other YouTubers more in-depth video kind of analysis of the parts, you know that the P-10F is a very, very well built gun. Yeah, so this is just a rapid fire, like a close 7 meter distance. Yeah. Oh, and wanted to mention, my previous video, I mentioned there was some issues, or my problem actually. So I just want to clarify, it's nothing to do with the gun. It's just my inexperience with this pistol, having some difficulty to disassemble the gun, because I didn't realize when I pulled the trigger back that it was actually cocked without realizing it. So it's just whenever you disassemble, just make sure that the trigger has been depressed, and that was the reason why I was having some difficulty disassembling the pistol. So it's completely my fault, nothing to do with the gun. So I'm glad that some of the I guess one of my subscribers reminded me, and I really appreciate your help on that. So the gun is flawless. There's no disassembly issues whatsoever. Again, this is, I mean, the shooting sensation of this gun is really, really good. Really have an enjoyable time shooting it. Because sometimes when you do shoot a pistol, that you kind of like, especially for polymer pistol, because it is a lighter gun, so the felt recoil does kind of give you that discomfort. But in terms of shooting this, the shooting kind of sensation, I find, is very, very, very good. The only other kind of polymer pistol that I have this sensation is the HK USP, and also the SFP long slide as well. But I think the long slide is not too fair of a comparison. It is a longer 5-inch barrel compared to this one, which is like a 4.5. It's slightly longer, so it might have the difference. But in terms of the USP, again, for some reason the USP is an amazing gun. Like, in terms of that shooting kind of sensation, I really love that as well. So this kind of reminds me of that. Versus, let's say, if you're shooting a Glock, or even the M&P, I mean, it's a great gun, but it doesn't really gives you that kind of like, oh, I want to shoot more, that type of sensation, kind of that, because I'm not sure if it's like just kind of like a personal feel to it. I think you probably have to really experience it for yourself. I know some people loves the Glock, and they really don't want to shoot anything other than a Glock, so I don't want to ruffle some feathers and really piss off people who are like really dedicated to the Glock. But I'm just sharing basically my experience with the P-10F. This is the first time I'm shooting it at the range, 200 rounds through it, and no issues whatsoever. And it's just a great gun. Really enjoy shooting it, and hope you enjoy the video. And take care. Thank you.